Afternoon. For this video, we're just going to be looking at task 3 for communication. Hopefully your first 2 tasks have all been completed, your role play and your PowerPoint. So for task 3, you're going to create a report of 1,000 words. And so this report has 3 assessment criteria. I just want to stress, because some people will be asking what a report is. A report is where you're going to be using lots of titles, headings. You can use some bullet points for this. So whereas you normally do an essay where there's just big, huge paragraphs, no titles, for a report we like the layout to be a little bit different. So headings of paragraphs, bullet points. That's what we're kind of after for this. So on here, you've got 3 assessment criteria, so let's look at what they are. So your criteria are here, 3.1, 3.2, 3.3. So for 3.1, you're going to be analysing a variety of possible strategies for dealing with distressed individuals. You're then going to explain how communication can be improved between the carer and client. And for the last one, you're going to evaluate support structures which are available to carers. So for 3.1, analyse a variety of possible strategies for dealing with distressed individuals. What I think would be really good for this is we first of all find out what does distress mean, what kind of groups could that be, who's in distress. So it could be maybe a vulnerable older client who's maybe losing her independence, being diagnosed with a serious illness, for example eye impairment or health issue. It could be a mum who's maybe had social service involvement and looking at the concern about the parenting issues. So it could be absolutely anybody, child, adult, older person. So first of all, tell me who distress is, what the different groups of people that could be. Once you've done that, we then want you to look at the strategies. So the key word is analyse. So we're analysing strategies. So we're trying to be quite critical in our approach. So some of the key things I told my group that I think would be good for this would be the person-centred approach. So that's your Carl Rogers theory. So this is one approach for working with individuals. So it's person-centred. So we're using empathy, congruence, unconditional positive regard. Another one could be family group conference. So this is where you're going to be mediating, problem solving, so all the clients come together and it's about up to them to try and solve the problems of food, a meal for example. You can Google, get a lot more information about this. Another one could perhaps be cognitive behaviour therapy, so CBT. So if you look at Super Nanny, usually the family in crisis, and she goes in there and basically she tries to look at the punishments for children being naughty, and she looks at incentives for rewarding young children when they are doing well. So it's about trying to help mum and dad have more power. So that's an approach. Some other theories, strategies could be problem solution therapy. It could be also support services, crisis intervention. It's entirely up to you, but I suggest about no more than 3 approaches, because I want 300 words on this, 300 words on 3.2 and 300 words on about 3.3. So if you do it that, it's going to be equal weighting to each part. So that's your strategies. Okay, so there's lots of lists there that will help us. The next bit I'm wanting you to then look at is how communication can be improved between a carer and client. So some students said that perhaps staff meetings, they're called handovers. That's one way of making sure that all the concerns are passed on between different carers. So if a client's unhappy about something, they can tell a staff member and he or she can then tell everybody else in handovers. So you're basically keeping everybody in the loop of what's going on. Another one could be a communication book. So quite often in care homes, in other settings, there'll be a book where everybody can write messages in there and they can sign next to it to say that they've read that, because they might not have an email account or any technology on them because the job's quite physical and practical. Another one could be, so you got communication could be reviews. Okay, so reviews are really, really important. Okay, so every client will have a care plan. In their care plan, they have to keep reviewing it every 3 months. So that way, the client will be there at the meeting, other key worker will be there, and they can basically discuss what's working, what isn't, and again, report that to everybody in the handover. So reviews are absolutely crucial. Okay, so for your 3.2, you're only explaining. So there's no analysis, there's no evaluation, it's just explain. The final bit, what I think would be quite good for 3.3, so we're looking at evaluating support structures for carers. So for this, I recommend that you maybe look at supervision. So what's the strength, what's the weakness of supervision? So the strength is that you can set smart targets, you can be told what you're doing very well, what you need to improve, you can identify training. But the weakness could be that sometimes it's time consuming, or your manager, mentor might not be that very supportive or really as encouraging as they perhaps could be. So mentoring, coaching is a skill in itself to be able to do that. Another perhaps approach that you could use could be doing a qualification. So qualifications as a support structure, because that helps develop your skills, your knowledge, your values. So the strength of that is it gets to improve your knowledge, but a weakness could be that it's time consuming and expensive for the actual organisation. Another support structure could also be staff training. So every other month you should do, maybe go out and safeguarding training or infection control. So that's usually like a 1-day training, so that can be very, very helpful. Weakness again could be that it leaves everybody else short on the floor, and it will cost the manager. And it might be something that you've done already and you know, but you just got to do it because you know it's a tick box approach. So that's some of the support strategies, structures available to carers. There's many, many more, but as I say, you've only got between 750 and 1,000 words. So top tips, please give me examples, case examples to make it health and social care related. Put some references in there. Make sure you've got titles, headings, bullet points, and again, you can do a little conclusion at the end if you wish. Okay, but please be mindful of the weighting for each assessment criteria, so no more than 330 words for each assessment criteria. Good luck.